Hey there guys, this is Smit here, and in this video I'll be discussing the commonly done mistakes that should never be done on your Android smartphone. So here are the list of 8 things that you should always not be doing on your smartphone and should be taking care for the same. But I suggest you to please go through this half of the minute small clip if you're here in my channel for the first time. Hey there guys. To make sure you don't miss anything of our further landings from this channel, press this subscribe button and pop this little ting tong in. Thank you. Done, right? Now, without any further advertisement, let's just jump right in. Now, first thing first, the list. First thing you should be doing is do not ever clear your phone's RAM. So what happens is generally when we get an Android smartphone, we buy them, we download advanced task killer or some task killing apps, or what we do basically when we see our Android is slowing down or getting sluggish, we tend to go to the task manager and start swiping the same from the task manager. But you know something that's very harmful for your phone. So what happens is basically, I'll give you a basic example. If you are clearing some apps from the task manager, suppose you are using Facebook or Messenger and you have cleared the Messenger from the task manager, and certainly you got one text in Messenger, you just reopen the Messenger so it is reloading it. So again, after you are clearing the WhatsApp, you receive the text in WhatsApp, you are again reusing it. Again, same happening for Instagram, for Twitter, for all of your apps that you use frequently, getting text message in your phone. So what happens is basically once you're clearing the same from the task manager, the Android seems to be losing each and every temporary memory data that is there on the RAM. So again you are reloading, so they have to again go and find the app from the app list, and again they have to display the app through processor. So in this way processor is working much more, so that will damage and drain your battery life more than you think, and that can put pressure on your smartphone's processing or computing system. So never ever use a task manager to clear the RAM or manually clear the memory from background, because your Android smartphone system does know very well which app to be closed and which app to be opened. So if Android system thinks app has been open for quite a long time and should be closed, they can close it automatically in the background. It's just that you see the display of the app has been popped out over there in your task manager. Now, second, do not install battery saver. Yes, you heard it right. So what happens basically, if we are running low on battery, there are default battery saving system in most of the Android smartphones in these days. You can use that unless you are not required. Now what happens if you are using an aftermarket battery saver from Play Store or anything, that tends to be harming the phone. So what happens if your battery saver is on, that tends to be restricting all the tasks that should be running in the background to keep your phone fast and up to date and synced. So once they are done, once they are enclosing all the apps in the background, the same way it would be affecting like the way of clearing RAM. So your phone needs to work twice as fast, the processor needs to work more and more to get those things done. So one hand battery saver is closing the app if it is running for a long time, another hand the processor is trying to open that. So these two fight and the collaboration of between these two will cause a battery drainage and the system problem and a computing system harm. So do not ever do that. Now third, do not install antivirus. So what happens basically, some of our folks try to install the antivirus to keep your phone secure. Not required. Android phones comes with the Play Protect safety or every safety that you should be that should be there on the phone, and vice versa. The security patch updates will keep coming on most of the smartphone until it is Samsung, and you will be getting each and everything over their software as a security patch update. So no need to install an antivirus. That should be protecting your phone, and vice versa should be doing or 24/7 background run in your phone if other apps are also closed. So there's no need of doing that. By doing that, you'll be ending up your battery more on your Android smartphone. Now fourth, don't install app from unnecessary sources like other than Play Store. What happens basically, sometimes we find some apps are present on the Play Store as a paid app, but then we can find it in aftermarket or outside way as a crack or that can be installed. So I highly recommend you to not to do that, because by doing that in the other website there can be malicious link or anything, any viral links present that can cause at least some of the performance drops or problems. So that can cause your security problems if you are using a lots of banking apps from your smartphone. So that should never be done. Please stay with me, be with me. Please do not install apps from outside. Try to install from the Play Store, and if you find that is paid, that can be a good number of alternatives that will be a free of cost. So try to install that if you are not so familiar to install the paid apps. Now next, do not root your phone. So what is rooting? Rooting is basically a jailbreaking mechanism. I'll be making a separate video for what is rooting, and I'll be linking that in the description below once the video goes live on Smith's talk. Now, do not even root the phone. So if you root the phone, right, you will be losing out all of the future software updates and stuff. And by doing that, you will be losing the phone's charm and as and when goes. Let's say you have got the OnePlus 6. Now, when you have rooted the phone, it might not receive the further updates from that manufacturer OnePlus. So it will receive after Android P and you have rooted, then Android's next version might not come to your phone. Then in that case you should be very careful that do not root your phone unless if it is very necessary. Stay with the stock whatever the company has given. That should be best for your phone's life as well as your battery life. And what can cause rooting, how rooting can harm your smartphone, that will be discussed in a separate video. So stay tuned on to my channel for the same. Now next, don't overclock your phone for the rooted users if in case you have rooted your smartphone. So what is overclocking? So our CPU can come at the max. Suppose let's say if I'm talking about Snapdragon's 821 processor, that can go max up to 2.3 gigahertz quad core, right? Now if you have overclocked the phone, the CPU's clock speed might increase a lot more. So that it can go up to 2.8, 2.9. I'm not sure, I haven't done that. Apology for the mistakes if I'm doing any in the video if I'm making anything wrong, but that is generally happens due to the overclocking system. So your CPU tend to get overclocked. So how can harm it to your phone? If your CPU is getting overclocked, your CPU is working double the power of your normals, and that can drain lots of hell of battery, and that can put enormous pressure on your chipset of the phone. So by doing that, you are generally losing out the time of your phone. So if you are a rooted user, please stay tuned with me, please stay with me. Do not ever overclock your phone. Trust me, whatever Qualcomm has given, MediaTek has given, company has given, that should do the job for your smartphone. So do not ever root your smartphone. Now next, don't give unnecessary permissions to the app. So let's say suppose you are using certain app which needs your permission of your phone book, text, dialer, messages, front cam, back cam, microphone. So unless and until if it is necessary, suppose you have downloaded a recorder app, aftermarket recorder app, and from Play Store, and when you're opening it, it is asking for the permission of mic. So you have to give it permission for the mic. So this phone supposed to be for the mic system. Mic can take the recording voices, and further that needs to be accessed for the phone storage. So that should be saving the recording whatever you are doing. So further that if you are doing giving the access for camera, phone book, it's not required to give that. By doing that, that can take each and every processes that have got the access for the same. So by doing that, that will be syncing with your phone's more, so would have ended up damaging your phone's battery. I better say draining your battery. So do not ever do that. And further, hardly recommended, do not ever give cameras access, especially front camera, until it is very required, or if you are using a selfie cam app. So while doing that, that can run in the background and can keep at a look of your front camera, and might be recording from your front camera to your other parties. I mean, to be very clear in a layman language, if you are downloading any app and giving camera access, that can run in the background, and you never know, I might never know, that can start recording internally from your front camera. So I better suggest you to stay protected. Do not ever give front camera access until it is very necessary. And last but not the least, please try to restart your phone in a certain time. I would better suggest you to restart your phone single times in twice a day. What happens basically when your phone is running, all background, all cache memories tend to be filled up and RAMs are going a lot and day-to-day processes, as in when you are using the phone, you are downloading the same and anything like that. So if you restart it, it will clear all the temporary memories present onto the RAM, so that would give a good fresh new wake up morning to your smartphone, and that should be healthy for your phone's life. And never ever clear the cache memory of your phone, because cache are the temporary data of your smartphone. So suppose you are browsing a music on 7, so once the music has been played, the cache memory will be there. So next time when you are playing, that should be playing over there taken from the cache memory. So do not ever clear the cache memory until you are running out of the storage. So that's pretty much, guys. These are some few small tips that you should not ever be doing in the smartphone. I know so many YouTubers, reviewers have done that, but then I thought of giving it in my way, in my style. Let me know, guys, if you think something wrong I have done. Let me know, guys, if I've done good, or at least better. Thanks for watching it, guys. This is Smit here with you guys, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Until next time, hook it up. Bye bye now.